Alright, so I'm in England. I'm not in London. I'm in Reading, which is about 40 miles west from London. I came here to work as a picker at the largest, huge Tesco distribution center. I came here last Wednesday. It's been exactly 1 year after I came to Europe. So it's been entire year of this fucking clusterfuck. I wanted to record a video last weekend, 1 year summary video. I didn't want just my face in the frame, so I wanted to stitch together all the pictures and video clips I have on my phones. I've been working on it past week, about 5 days straight. When I was almost finished, I fucking accidentally deleted it. I was thinking I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I was so fucking pissed. I told myself, fuck it, Editing this kind of large project on an iPhone, it takes forever and it's not really comfortable to do these many clips. I'm gonna do that video once I land my hands on a computer. So this time, all it's gonna be my face in this screen. So how the fuck did I get to fucking England? Let me start with the situation in Vienna, okay? When I decided to go to Vienna, I only had limited amount of funds. I only had money for like 1 week. And in that 1 week, I had to find a job in order for me to stay there, okay? And I got lucky. I found a job the very next day after I arrived. I found a job at a 7 Stars brewery, Siebenstern brewery. And when I walked in, they hired me on spot. Man, this is great, man. I was so lucky. From now on, everything's gonna be just great, I'm gonna settle down, I'm gonna make some money, I'm gonna learn some German, I've been learning German like crazy so I can understand. And in the meantime, the tenants will move out of my house. I'll be finally able to put it back on market. Yeah, so I've been working there. I met with Dominique, which I was really happy about, and with her I spent like majority of my money I had with me. I spent with her that night 70 euros, and after that I had only 10 euros left for food. Totally crazy. And I was living week to week basis at that restaurant. I kept asking to get paid for that week, and I guess they got tired of it. So I did everything they asked me to do. I did what I could. After 2 weeks, the wife of that owner actually kicked me out. She fired me, and that's when things started turning to shit again. Alright, I didn't have any money to just be staying there in Vienna just to be there and not make any money. I started searching for another job immediately, and I went to Do & Co hotel. They tested me there. One day I was working in that kitchen, in the hotel kitchen, and after that one day the head chef told me, you are hired, let me get in touch with HR and they will contact you and tell you when to start working. So I was like, okay, that's awesome. Situation saved. But I was waiting and I kept calling that office, emailing, and 1 week nothing happened. So after 1 week they emailed me that they have decided to give this job to someone else. I was fucking screwed at that moment because I had zero money. I didn't have money to pay for my Airbnb. I didn't have money for food and shit. So I ended up selling my Olympus OMD camera. So I sold that camera, which bought me another couple of weeks Airbnb room and some food. Yeah. While I had that money, I was trying to get in touch with Dominique so she would go out with me again. But she was always making excuses. She was making up stuff, like she was always busy and she was doing this and doing that, and she wouldn't go out with me. I knew I was gonna be leaving soon. Even if I found a job immediately, I wouldn't have money to pay for my room. Eventually I found a job at a pizzeria called Vapiano, which is really like large company. They have restaurants all over. I wanted to work there as a dishwasher, but the manager decided I'm gonna be good enough to learn making pizza. I was the only white person in there. It was like fucking Al-Qaeda. It was making me feel so fucking depressed, and I couldn't learn the pizza. I couldn't focus on anything. I couldn't learn it. I mean, I learned it partially, but not good enough. I wasn't fired. The third day I just walked out because, you know, I just couldn't handle it. From that job, those 3 days, I actually got paid like a month later. So even if I had a job, I wouldn't have enough money to survive. Almost 3 weeks later, I ran out of the money. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't have money for the room, for food, and for my storage unit in Fayetteville. Yeah, I needed money like immediately. So what I did, I asked Dominique for help. Yeah, politely, I tried to explain her, you know, my situation. And she said, you know, she can't help me, you know, and blah, blah, blah. So I asked her again and again and again, you know, trying to explain, you know, that my situation is really serious and is really frustrating. I mean, I already haven't paid for like 4 days for that Airbnb room. And even the Indian guy who was taking care of that room, he even loaned me like 20 euros for food. I got nobody else to ask for help than her, and you know, she didn't give a fuck. After several messages we exchanged back and forth, she accused me of psychologically blackmailing her. She insulted me. She told me I'm a psychopath, and she completely fucking cut me off. She blocked me on Instagram, Messenger, Facebook, everything. She cut me off, she blocked me off. She told me the situation I'm in, it's all my fault. Like I didn't know that, you know. Of course it's my fault, but not the way she probably thinks. You know, all of this is created because of that one fucking house in a swamp that I bought. This is like a fucking chain reaction that follows, you know, after that. But at the end of this video, I actually have one good news. So hopefully things are gonna turn around very soon. So she cut me off. She didn't, you know, loan me money. I didn't need her to give me the money. I just wanted to loan it until I fucking sell the house or whatever. She didn't help me out. I needed money immediately, especially for that storage unit, because if I didn't pay that storage unit, I would lose all that stuff that I have in there, especially my computer and all my hard drives, pictures and videos, and all my memories I have on that computer. Everything was fucked up that, you know, I knew I had to leave like right now. I borrowed another money from the Indian guy to get a train ticket back to Czech Republic, and I you know, was forced to ask my sister for help. I didn't want to do it. I knew she would make me beg for help again because, you know, she's also not in the situation that would allow her for, you know, helping me all the time, and I totally understand that, you know what I mean? I'm not the kind of person that would be begging for help and stuff, but these girls, these women, they don't get the fucking bigger picture. I mean, there's, you know, bigger things going on than just this current situation, you know? I have risked, you know, everything, all my money. I had, you know, $340,000 in cash 5 years ago. You know, I invest in real estate, and because of just a couple of bad deals, I'm not gonna give up my fucking dreams, you know. So I have bigger dreams. I, you know, operate on totally different level, you know. And these people, I mean, Dominique, my sister, and my mother, and even my ex-girlfriend that I have my daughter with, none of these women, all the women in my life, they don't understand the bigger picture. You know, what I'm trying to achieve, what I'm trying to do. all I was asking for, was, some kind of support, and not the opposite, not to knock me down when I don't do well in my life. So in the end, I ended up, to beg my sister for help to stay there for a few days until I find another job, and I needed to find another job immediately. So I found a job as a picker. At that moment, I didn't know what I'm getting myself into, but I went to Netherlands near Amsterdam to work in online division of grocery store Albert, and we were picking the merchandise, the groceries from the shelves for the customers that buy the product online. Yeah, they put me in a fucking cooler, running around with another hundreds of Polish people, and jumping one over another. I mean, this was total chaos in that warehouse. This job was so fucking pissing me off. And after 2 months, not even 2 months, it was 7 weeks, I got kicked out because I didn't fulfill the requirements for my performance. I told the supervisors, the team leaders, I told them, listen, I'm not gonna be running around like crazy, like all these, Polish girls and boys. Everybody was like 15, 20 years younger than me. I was like the oldest person in there. I could still run. I mean, I tested it on me. I tried it. I was running around trying to do the norm, and I fucking did it. I did it, and I did even better than what it's supposed to be. But I told myself, man, I can't, sustain this, pace every day. It's not possible. So I told the team leader, who was also like 23 years old, 20 years younger than me, listen, I'm not gonna be running around like crazy. I mean, have any of you seen my resume? You can teach me other stuff to do. You can put me in the warm warehouse. You can teach me how to work with the computer. You can teach me other stuff. You can train me to become a team leader. I'll be more useful as a leader than as a regular picker. But they didn't fucking care. They didn't fucking care about any of it, and they fucking kicked me out. Yeah, I did make some money. I paid my storage unit in America, major achievement for me. And some of that money I used to buy me some clothes, because it was already cold and I didn't have any jacket. So I bought a jacket, new jeans, because I didn't have any. The 2 pairs of jeans I had, I fucking messed it up at work. I didn't have any shoes. I only had 1 tennis shoes, so I bought nice shoes. Just basic stuff, and I had to start searching for another job, and that's how I got here. When I got here, I talked to some supervisor, and he let me stay here in that apartment for free until I get paid. So basically, to get here, I had to lie, because I didn't have money to pay for all that. I just had enough money to pay me for the bus and for some food and for the recruitment fee. Yeah. So after I paid all that, I had like 100 euros left. And right now I only have like 3 pounds left in my pocket for food for the next 5 days until Friday, when I should get paid. Hopefully I'll get paid. And here comes the good news. 2 days after I arrived, I received an email from my agent buddy from Fayetteville, North Carolina, with an offer on my house. I received a fucking offer on my house for $270,000. And I didn't hesitate a minute, and I fucking signed it. And I couldn't believe that that moment actually came, after all these years. 3 years of fucking clusterfuck with this fucking house. When I really struggled. For past 2 years, I really struggled. And I didn't even know if I'll ever be able to sell that fucking house because of that fucking swamp that's sitting on. But I signed the contract last week, and now I need everybody's prayers going my way, so that all the inspections and and appraisal and everything goes well, and I fucking close on that deal. Now this contract is unusually short. It's just 30 days. So I'm supposed to have the closing on December 10th. All right, so all I need is 23 days. So I just need to survive. You know, when I was traveling here on that bus, I was telling myself, man, this is my last stop. If it doesn't go well, not even in England, you know, if it doesn't go well there, and I'll get fired again from that job, I'm fucking done. You know, this is my last stop. You know, after that, I got nowhere else to go. I can't go home to Czech Republic. I can't go anywhere else. I mean, I wouldn't have money to go anywhere. I mean, where else would I go, and what would I do when I get there, you know what I mean? So I was telling myself, you know, this is my last stop. I'm not going anywhere else to fucking struggle and just be surviving, searching for jobs that I don't want to do, you know what I mean? Oh man, such a relief that I received this contract, and now I actually can go to work with those thoughts in the back of my head that, you know, all I need to do is just to survive it here until I get fucking paid. So all I need is to pray for, you know, the home inspection go well, appraisal go well, the flood insurance quotes go well, and hopefully the buyers won't change their mind. Hopefully the flood insurance quotes won't be too high for them, and they'll be able to afford it. The termite inspection already came out clear last Thursday, so this is the first piece of the puzzle. Now I just need to wait for the rest of the pieces to fit together, and on December 10th or somewhere around that time, I should have, you know, closure of this fucking nightmare that I'm going through the past year. Ever since my investor's visa has been denied, my life is one fucking nightmare. I wasn't planning on staying in Europe and work here, odd jobs just to survive. I wanted to go back to fucking United States and keep doing what I was doing, you know. I just wanted to come here to apply for the visa, and hopefully, you know, to give me better possibilities, you know, to grow my business. But I didn't succeed, and you know, everything turned to shit. But not because I don't know what to do or because I'm stupid or whatever, but because, you know, I risk, you know, everything to fucking do what I love, which is houses, build houses, renovate houses, do interiors, nice kitchens and bathrooms, and basically create nice, you know, living space for families and happy, you know, homeowners. That's my goal, and if I close on that deal and everything turns out well, I'm just gonna pack my stuff. I'm gonna do a trip around the world. I'm gonna travel the world, and then I'm gonna go back to America and finish what I started. All right, so this is my current situation. I'm in Reading, England, and all I need to do right now is to survive that fucking job at the fucking distribution center, picking merchandise, and hope for a successful closing. All right, signing off.